Hey everybody, it's the Boss Lady here, coming to you with an elaboration video from one of the vlogs that I did in reference to the holidays and what Boss Lady does to get prepared and how we just kind of enjoy the holidays. But I want to kind of speak on or talk about more of just how I prepare and get ready and how just getting started with shopping for gifts and things of that nature. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I do is I make a list every year of who I plan to buy for. A lot of times my lists stay the same. Sometimes they do fluctuate depending on Miss Peanut and her friendship circle. But pretty much, the family gifts all stay the same as far as, who's on the list. The second thing I do is I set a budget, and I set a budget according to who is on my list, how much I want to spend on that list. So like, for my nieces that are out of state, I set a budget for them. I set a budget for my niece and nephew who are out of state as well. And then of course, I set a budget for, Miss Peanut, Boss Man, and then everybody else who's on the list. But I have an overall budget, and then what I do is I break it down. So say for instance, if I have like a $500 budget, I know, off the top, probably half of that budget or at least a third of that budget is Miss Peanut, and then the rest goes accordingly to whoever else is on the list. I also, with my budget, I tend to budget high. And I budget high just like what I do for vacationing because I just want to make sure I have enough cushion just in case if I can't find a sale, a clearance item, a deal that I can still, get the item if it's a wanted item. So, we typically will spend full price for at least one item, and then everything else has to be, clearanced out or, super sale, next to nothing. Um, and then, of course, too, never know. I might see something that I won't. So I do set my budget pretty high, but I challenge myself every single year to come under budget. So, like I said, if my budget is 500, I want to come in at 450 or at least 400 or something like that. Or even 495. At least I know if I'm under budget, I'm good to go. The next thing I do is I start shopping in July. Some people start shopping the day after Christmas and Thanksgiving, but they start shopping, day after Christmas or January 1. I don't typically do that, and the reason why is because we have a lot of birthdays from September to February. We have so many birthdays in the family that if I have been shopping since January, 9 times out of 10, those gifts are for birthdays and not so much for Christmas. Um, So I start shopping in July, and then it just gives me time to prepare. I can go over my list again because I normally do my list around January 1 when I do my resolutions or my project list for the year. And so, I just kind of go through my list to see, okay, did anybody make the cut? Did everybody make the cut? If not, wipe them off. And, then I kind of allocate money differently that way too. The next thing is I use cash only. A lot of people tend to shop, for Christmas with credit cards, and they have those big balances coming in January, February. I'm not that person. Used to be that girl, but not no more. I typically use cash for everything, and if I don't use cash, then I'm using reward dollars or gift cards, coupons. I get a lot of coupons for my birthday. And my birthday's in November, which is really nice because the sales are out there. And so I typically take my special coupons, and as opposed to buying for myself, I typically use those coupons to buy gifts for others. So that's just me, something I've done. Because I typically buy for myself throughout the year anyway. So, if I use my birthday coupons for someone else, it's no problem. The next thing is storing of gifts. I typically store gifts in unobvious places so that they're not found. And I tend to wrap early. Some people like to wrap day before Christmas. That's not me. I want to be able to enjoy my Christmas Eve, not sit up and wrap. I had one Christmas Eve in all of my years where I ended up wrapping like the night before, and it was because I was sick, had been in the hospital, whatever, and so it was too stressful for me. So I typically I use any and every moment that it's free to me to wrap. The next thing is, if I have gifts to mail, I typically mail my gifts out December 1st. I typically mail them December 1st along with my Christmas cards. I normally get my Christmas cards during the after Thanksgiving sale if I haven't found them prior to that. And then I spend that weekend after decorating, filling out cards, addressing them, and putting stamps on them. And then all gifts that are leaving the state go out all at the same time. And then what I do is I make sure to insure the packages and notify the recipients, which are my sisters, that they have something coming, to make sure they check their mailboxes. Because the way their mailboxes are set up, they're not attached to their house like mine are. So I want to make sure they, check their mailbox. Also, I have two teens who are my nieces, and one's 16, one's 18. I do my best to not just send money. I know all teens and stuff love money, gift cards. I like to send a little extra, maybe not a whole lot, but just something to say, hey, Merry Christmas. I don't care if it's from Bath and Body, or, it could be from the Dollar Tree, little lip balms or something, but just something that they're just not just getting a gift card. I don't want them to expect the same thing every year. So I tried to send something a little extra. I think last year I didn't, but I do try to make an effort to do that. Also, I like to plan and shop for my staple items. The few items that we have that are just every year the family looks for, the Andes mints. Dollar Tree gets them in, and as soon as they hit the shelves, I'm buying them. Last year, I think I spent $30 or more just in mints alone. That's part of my budget, though. So just so you know that, and my budget, let me just roll back to that. When I make my budget, it's not just about the gifts. When I do the budget, I budget for food for the dinner. I budget for the staple items that I'm going to, tell you more about. I also budget for, if we're going to do any type of extracurricular activities, as well as the gifts. So it's not just budgeting just for gifts. So like my budget could be $1,000 for the season, but just know I'm not spending $1,000 in gifts. That $1,000 is stretched across a mini, array of things. But some of our staple items are, the Andes mints, fruit. I always have apples and oranges, candy canes, nuts, and popcorn. Those are like our staple. We just have to have those, as well as, like hot cocoa, cider, to have hot apple cider, and then just, different desserts and stuff. So that is something that, I plan for as well. I also set aside time for play dates. Typically, well, in the past, I'm not sure what's going to happen in 2015, but in the past, Miss Pina has had play dates with several different play groups. And so, I have to, schedule those strategically because I want to have time for myself and for my family. So, but pretty much like right after Thanksgiving, we have play dates leading up to Christmas. And it's fun, get together with folks you haven't seen pretty much in like 6 months or to a year. And so we set aside time for that, as well as for plays. We've been trying to take in at least one holiday play a year. Last year we did two. And then, of course, our TV programs or TV movies, as well as whatever movies we have on DVD. One of my favorites, and I will tell you this, is National Lampoon's Christmas. I love me some Chevy Chase. Oh my gosh, that is my favorite movie. And then, of course, the favorite cartoons, Rudolph, Frosty. I still like, what is it called? Deck the Halls with Shrek. That's one of my favorites too now. But I like Frosty and Rudolph and Santa Claus is Coming to Town and Charlie Brown Christmas. So there's, a few of them that we try to, try to watch. We don't watch TV a lot at home. So what I have to do is I have to go online to TV Guide, and then what I'll do is I'll set a reminder in my phone to let me know, okay, turn the TV on today because at such time this is coming on. So that's what we do. And then, we just try to spend quality time with family, decorating, baking, sharing just the holiday cheer. and we just have a great time during that time frame. It's just about love and just family time. Um, One thing about the shopping though, I will say I do a lot of networking, and so that's my ultimate tip for this video is to network with your groups in your your circle. Network with your friends and your family. If you know one person is a shopaholic like me, network with that person. If they're finding deals and they're telling, oh, I went to the store and I got X, Y, and Z for next to nothing, network with them because it will help with your shopping. It will help with your budgeting, and it will help with your gift giving. I've done that with my sister when my sister lived here, my big sister, when she lived here. We would definitely network, especially the after Thanksgiving sale. We would be in the store and we would strategically, map out our route and, get what we needed for our kids. And, it worked out great. Also with friends, I have one friend who shops pretty much every week at JCPenney's, and she calls me and says, hey, I found this deal. You want me to pick it up? Stuff like that. I have another associate where, our girls are the same age pretty much and kind of into the same things, and so years past they were into the same exact stuff. Now not so much, but if I tell her, oh, I'm looking for XYZ, if she just happens to be in a store and she sees the sale, she'll call and let me know, and I can either go out and get it or she'll pick it up and then we'll just swap. So that is something that I have done in the past, as well as even Thanksgiving sale shopping. If I know a group of people are going and everybody's going to be in different stores, I kind of pass out my list to my network and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. I know it costs this. Can you pick that up while you're in that store? And so definitely use your network. It works out great. A lot of times I'm a online night shopper, so sometimes I may see something online and see it for a deal, and especially if I can get free shipping, it works. Or if I know someone's looking for something, I'll send them an email. I've sent one associate emails like 3, 4 in the morning saying, hey, I was online. This is what I saw, and she's like, why are you emailing me at 3 in the morning? I'm like, because that's when I was woke. That's when I saw the deal. You might want to look into that. So, but definitely, definitely use your network. It works out great. Use cash as much as possible. Um, Also, since I shop in and start shopping in July, I typically shop every week. And because every week the stores are having different deals and different sales. And a lot of the sales in July are different than the sales in November. So by November, they've marked the price up, but then took $1 off. So then you think that you're actually winning when you're actually losing. So it's best to shop early, shop often, and then just look for your deals as best you can. And typically, I still always come under budget. I think one year I went over. I know years past when baby girl was younger, there was a Christmas where I did go over budget severely. I think I spent $600 in just toys alone, but that was our first Christmas in our house. And so, yeah, it was, yeah, won't be doing that again. I'm not spending $600 in toys. I want to spend $600 in the entire Christmas, but not $600 just toys alone. So definitely, use your network, set a budget, shop often, and just make it fun. We all know the reason for the season, and if you don't know, sorry. But I know the reason for the season, so I try not to make it all about, Santa and gifts. One other tip is I also have my kids or my daughter donate items, to less fortunate children. We try to do that every year. I even budget in my budget to buy toys that are not for Miss Peanut, but for a child that's less deserving. And then I have Miss Peanut go and donate those items. So she did that last year at the police station. We also did it somewhere else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I try to make sure that, not only are you giving away your used toys, but we're also going to give, some new toys as well. So that's something else, to be mindful of. Definitely, I'm the type of person, Christmas, the reason for the season is Jesus, definitely. We got the ultimate gift when he was given to us. And so I like to always make sure everybody has a gift. No matter the price, no matter the size, everybody should have something on Christmas to open. So that's why, too, with my older nieces, I don't want to just give them money, but give them something that they can have, that they can open and say, oh, my aunt was thinking of me. So that is it. I just want to elaborate on that vlog that I did because I know I was driving at the time, and so I just want to kind of go more in depth with it just so you can kind of get more of a feel of how Bosslady does it. And I know you've been seeing recent videos, or if you're following me on Instagram, recent pictures of thrift finds and decorations and things. This year, yes, I'm spending more in decorations, and that's because one, I need to vamp it up. Two, because I want to. But three, I'm actually crafting. I'm actually kind of doing some things differently this year with our decor. So that's why I'm picking up things, and I'm picking them up because, guys, I'm seeing it. If I wasn't seeing it, I wouldn't get it, honestly. And I'm getting it for next to nothing. So, and that's another thing too, as far as decor items. Check your thrift stores, check your Goodwills, your Salvation Armies, your local thrift stores, secondhand stores, because they do have those items and you can get them for next to nothing. I wish I could have found, a new angel that I would like for next to nothing. I haven't found it just yet, but you just never know. So, and then also use what you have. Use what you have, upcycle it, change it up. Maybe don't sit it in this corner this year. Maybe sit it on that table this year. Stuff like that. So, and with doing the YouTube, it has sparked my interest, as well as got my wheels turning as to, okay, I've had the house looking this way for the last 2 years. Let me change it around. Let me do something a little different. So yes, I've been getting some items, and it seems like, oh, you're constantly buying, you're constantly spending. But like I said, I'm getting things for next to nothing, and it's just helping me to upcycle what I already have and just make things look a lot nicer for my family. So it's not for video purposes, it's for my purpose and for just my family. So that is it. I just want to, kind of give you those tidbits and things, and just let you know what's going on in Bosslady's head, and how I'm kind of putting things together for the family. So I hope you like this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in a new video. And if I haven't said it yet, I will say it now. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. See you all later. Bye-bye.